Baldi was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He became a professor of mathematics at the University of Philadelphia. He was actually very good. He was loved by his students for his tactics in teaching. He studied lots of subjects: physics, chemistry, computer technology, and mathematics and technology were his favorite. But Baldi was depressed. He had begun to feel depression when he was only a teenager. He was a strange person. In fact, he wanted all of his students to be able to perform calculations in their mind very fast. If some of his students couldn't make a calculation or it took too long, he got angry. He began to scream and bang his fist on the desk. But all of his students had become very good at math. In fact, he renewed the teaching and learning of mathematics, and this had made him one of the great teachers of history of mathematics. Baldi had no problem with the family, but he was taken over by a very strong depression. To occupy these moments of depression, he had begun to specialize in the field of 3D graphics and computer science. In particular, he was mastering his studies in the field of CGI. To get away from the real world, Baldi spent a lot of time studying 3D graphics and the many effects of CGI. One day, Baldi was found dead in his bedroom. He committed suicide by drinking poison. The family members made the funeral, but no one discovered why Baldi did this action. After a while, his family discovered that Baldi had created a game on his computer. The game called Baldi's Basics. Carefully studying the game, they discovered that the character perfectly reflected the mentality of Baldi before his death. But the appearance of the character was slightly different. We don't know how he did it, but he managed to create a game with the virtual reality. Then he created a character that had the same mind as his. Baldi, after finishing the game, was dead inside of his living body. And this is why he committed suicide. So let's see how Baldi is in the game. Baldi is a poorly modeled CGI human figure with long, skinny fingers, a pale body, large red lips, and is bald except for what seems to be a singular hair on his head. He also has a long-sleeved green shirt, blue pants, and light brown shoes. Even though he has no visible ears, the description mentions that Baldi still has an excellent sense of hearing. Strangely enough, Baldi's facial expression while chasing the player, while heavily compressed and distorted, is incredibly neutral and not one of anger. He can not only tell where any sound came from, but who made it also. Baldi is the teacher of Here's School, giving the protagonist math problems to solve in the notebooks to collect them. He warmly greets students in a friendly fashion and uses positive reinforcements when they correctly answer his questions. He loves math and believes everyone else does. His love of math is so strong. In fact, if other people fail to answer a math question, his psyche shatters, and he undergoes a disturbing personality change. His formerly talkative and affable nature completely disappears, and he drastically changes into a cold man, keen on delivering corporal punishment for the minor mistake. After collecting notebooks, he gives students a chance to leave the school, albeit in a limited time span, and laughs at their escape efforts. It is unknown if he is a psychopath or a sociopath, but given he manages a school, the former is more likely. Now that Baldi is living in the game, and if you want to interact with him, with the beloved math teacher, you have to play the game. Beware, when you are playing, that you're actually playing with the teacher. Even though he killed himself, his mind and his soul are inside the character, inside the game. A dead man in a game.